All right, let's take a look at WordRocket. They just recently launched a keyword research tool, so that's what we're going to be demoing in today's video. I actually had an automation running. I was wondering why I had so many articles. When I go over here to my content, I had a bunch of content in here that is just writing for me every single day, one article a day, which is actually pretty cool. Kind of glad that I left that on just to show you the automation. You could actually have this automatically uploaded to your WordPress or Ghost hosted site. And you can actually have it go in there and be posted as a draft. And then you can look at it yourself or have an assistant be looking at it to put the final touches and editing, proofreading on before they publish it, or you can actually set it up, I believe, to publish immediately as well without even looking at it. So you can run a full-blown automatic blog from WordRocket. But I went in here to automations and I saw that this was active, and all I did was just click these buttons here and I pushed pause. So we just paused that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to come over here and look at keyword research. And you're going to get the most keyword research from the highest plan that you purchase. So I recommend purchasing the premium package. There's pro and there's premium. You're going to want to pick up that premium package before this all goes monthly. You can still get this at the lifetime deal, which I recommend. There will be a link below. And if you click that link, you go and you actually need to sign up for an account. You actually sign up for a free account. And then from there, if you choose to upgrade, you will get a $50 discount using my link below. All right, so let's get started with this keyword research hub right here. Let's go click this watch tutorial button. And this is where Avi goes over that in here. So they've got a video for you right there, which is great. We have a library that is going to save all your keyword research, or we can come in here and put in a seed keyword. I've already got some thoughts that I want to go for. So let's just go right now and we'll type in our seed keyword, keto diet. The reason why I use keto diet is because I actually did have a niche website that started gaining quite a bit of traction before it kind of got hit a couple of years ago by some of the Google algorithmic updates. So the keto diet I know a little bit about. And so that's kind of why I start from there. It just gives a little bit of different, instead of just going in with typical keywords, make money online and some of the AI type stuff that I would normally cover, it gives it a little bit of variety. And it'll tell you right here, it'll return up to 200 keywords per search and you get 0 of 20 searches used this month right here on this plan. Now, I'm getting just the 20 searches right here. I believe this account was like gifted to me, so that's what I'm getting on my account. But you will get more than this if you purchase the premium account. I believe you get like 50 searches a month or something like that, and up to 10,000 keywords in your keyword database. So just keep that in mind that you would have more than even what I have right here. I believe the pro level right here. All right, so we're going to go keto diet. You can select, we're going to stick with the United States and English, and we're going to push the research. So super easy to get started right there. Now, it processed extremely fast. It found 298 keywords. So it was saying it was around 200 keywords. But if you're going after a big market like keto diet, it's probably going to return more keywords. So it returned about 300 keywords for us, which is really cool. Now, that did return extremely fast. And I'm wondering if are they doing a live type of research when you push the research keywords? Is it going out there and doing autocomplete and doing all these things and connecting and finding these live and updating? Or are Avi and his team slowly building a database? Every time someone searches, maybe it holds those keywords. And so maybe someone has already searched keto diet. That's why the keywords pull up faster. I don't know. That'd be a good question I'd like to ask him. It's just curiosity on how they do that. Nonetheless, that was lightning fast. Now you have all these keywords, right? So obviously the keto diet is going to be the massive keyword, 246,000 searches a month, but we can go this right over here. Maybe it needs to go through some type of cleanup process, right? So we have keto diet, like there's a lot of the same, and then keto diet, ketogenic diet, keto diet. That's not really a keyword, right? So some of these might need to be kind of cleaned up. You're definitely going to skip those, like this one right here, keto diet, right? We're not going to go after that one. I'm going to go through now. Is there a filter? No. Generate AI search questions. We'll go click on that in just a minute. We can export this whole thing. If we select all these keywords, there's 298 selected, and we can export those, which is pretty cool. You can also come over here where there's an arrow right here, and you can sort this by search volume. You can search by keyword difficulty right here. I'm not seeing any keyword difficulty right there. I'm not sure how we check those. if we click on this, is there another option? No. So the keyword difficulty that does not seem to be functioning, because obviously keto diet, this would be a keyword difficulty of 10 or 100, depending on your. Now we have AI search questions right here. We're going to click on that in just a minute as well. So it'll tell you the intent, navigational, the source right here. Those are all related, ideas, and so forth. And then you have your cost per click. So you do have a lot of information. The way that they are kind of going about this is that this is the initial keyword research, which is great. But if you want to do it more sorting and so forth, you would click this and you would export this into CSV. We would go and open this up, and this is what you would get. Let's go and just kind of maximize this a little bit. We would maybe click on all that and then double click and open everything up right here. And then what you would do is now you can go in here and filter right over here, right? So you could go over here and you could add some filters. You could sort this as well if you wanted to, but you could certainly go in here and maybe so yeah, that's very interesting that there's no keyword difficulty. So I will send this over. Not really sure why there's no keyword difficulty on this. That's something that I think is important and needs to be either added or fixed. You can tell that they're definitely working on it, but it's just not there yet. Now you could go to cost per click, right? And you could say, let's just see right over here, we want to go between, right? So I want to go with a cost per click of $1 to maybe $5 or something like that, right? And so then now you'd be looking at 100 keywords right over here that fit that mold right there. Then you have your intent right over here and your related keyword and suggestions. So you have all these keywords right over here. One other thing I would like maybe is some longer tail keywords. These are pretty short form, short tail keywords. So here's one right here, keto diet chart for weight loss for male. That's a long tail keyword, but I would like to see more of those, right? So perhaps they could add in some filters or something like that. But this is a good start. This is a good start for a keyword research tool. I definitely think they can take it to a whole nother level though, by giving us maybe thousands of keywords and then letting us sort from there by hey, I want to look at keywords that are 4 phrase keywords or larger, or 5 or 6 or something like that, right? And then some of these keywords are don't make the most sense. These ones look really good, but so keto food list for beginners right over here. And again, we don't know what the keyword difficulty level is. Now, what does this mean? So let's go over here and let's just say we want to pick something right over here, like keto food list for beginners. We click on that, right? And we click on that, generate AI search keywords. Now you can do that for multiple. So we could select multiple keywords, or you can just do that one off, right? So you would do AI enrich. And so when we click on the AI enrich right there, it's going to, I believe, find keywords or FAQs that we can add. So the ultimate keyword food guide, 30 delicious. So the ultimate keto food guide. We do need keto list for beginners. And then you can click on this 5 questions right here. And it's going to say, what are the top 10 keto friendly foods? How do I create a simple meal plan? So it's going to create these questions that you could use for your outline or even your FAQ inside of your article. You can go and generate this, a standard article or a product roundup. So this would be like a standard article. Now, is there any save button that we need to push on this, or does it just automatically? Let's go back real quick. I'm not seeing any kind of save, so it probably just saves for us in our library. We'll check that out in just a minute. Another thing I want to see is that, okay, so let's just say we don't have anything clicked right here. We already did one of those. Now we click the generate AI search questions right here, and let's just see what that does for us. I'm hoping that's not going to all of a sudden default and try to do that for all these keywords. That would be pretty crazy, but we will see what happens. All right, so it is just continuing to move through that and nothing has happened. So what I'm actually going to do is just come over here, click on library. We do have our keto diet right there. It says that it's generating right there. Not really sure, but let's go and start another one, right? So I want to go and see video AI editing. So I'm just kind of really putting this through the tests, and I'm kind of, okay, so it says AI search questions generated for 47. Okay, so it did it for 47 of the keywords. So look, it went ahead and just did that for 47 keywords. I don't know why it randomly selected 47 keywords. It didn't do all these down here. but it did go, and then it kind of randomly went through some of these. So basically what you're really going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you select which ones you want it to automatically, and then you would go and push generate AI suggestions for the selected keywords, which is great. If you don't have anything selected and you push that, I think it's just going to randomly kind of select a certain amount of them, but it's going to go and give you your blog title, and then it's going to give you questions. We have 4 questions, 5 questions, and so forth. Okay, so that is the keto diet. Let's go and research something else right here. So I'm going to go and do AI video editing, and let's see what kind of keywords it can come up with for us right here. So we're going to go like this, and it's going to go fetch keyword data. Let's see how fast this one is. That one was super fast as well. Again, no keyword difficulty. I won't say that anymore, but certainly that's going to be coming at some point. That will be updated at some point. I do notice right over here, there's a little bit of a cutoff on the generate over here. We have this box layout right here, which is great. But then the generate button, it does need to be moved over just a little bit for aesthetic purposes. So in this case, it found 244 keywords that we can go and take a look at. It looks like it does sort it. No, we want to come down here. I don't really know what the default sorting is, but I'm going to go over here and now sort by volume. And then I'm going to come through an AI powered video editing tool right there. So then again, you could select maybe that one, AI powered video editing tool. So there's one with a hyphen and one without. I think that the tool should probably be set up to, and then AI powered video editing tools, plural. These 3 are essentially the same keyword. We would probably want to add something in the proprietary instructions and prompts of the tool to get rid of those and just kind of keep one. They all have the same search volume, basically the same keyword, right? With just one with a hyphen, one with a plural right there, okay? So I'm going to just select one, and I'm actually going to go like that. And then I'm going to go maybe with that one, and maybe we go with maybe this one right over here. And I just want to scroll down and see what other keywords are in here right over here. So AI transformation video, movie maker AI video editing for YouTube, photo to video AI editing. So there's some pretty good keywords that we're looking at in here. This one right here, Vizor AI video editing. Don't know what that is, and this one's saying long tail, which is great. One thing I would like to see is the source and maybe some type of control where we only want to look at long tail keywords or something like that, right? Like that would be really cool. Or we could kind of maybe control the source as well. So what we have is I've selected a few of these right here. And then let's just say I want to generate the AI questions for just the 3 keywords that I have selected right here. Okay, so it did in fact do the generate AI questions for 41 keywords, even though we had these selected. So in a sense, I don't really know what the export functionality is. We have 3 selected right there, and I want to see, so that's the only real reason to select a keyword. You can see that I had 3 keywords selected and I downloaded the CSV, and so it brings in just those 3 keywords. So from what I'm seeing, the only reason to select keywords is to export, to control the export. If you just click this button over here, it's going to randomly select like between 40 and 50 of these keywords to create blog titles for. Just explained why it does that. So the way that you probably really want to use the tool is when you come through here and you see a keyword you like this one right over here. You're going to come over here and you're going to click this AI enrich button right over here. And then you're going to go, and when it's done with this, it's going to create questions. It's going to create the blog title, which is awesome. And then you're going to go and click the generate standard article, and it's going to go and it's going to fill everything out for us. So it already has the title, already has the keyword we're going for. You can select your Sonnet 4.6. It has the additional context. It fills everything out, the information, conversation, and it just has everything filled out for us. We have our brand voice already selected, which is great. Have all that turned on right there, and we can go with LearnWire on the sitemap, and we can go with image settings right over here, and then we can say generate the content from there. That is the fastest and best way to use the keyword research tool. That is going to be writing for us right there. We can go back into keyword research. I want to do just a couple more keywords just to give you a good look at what the keyword tool can do. We're going to go in here to No Code App Builder, and I'm going to go and fetch these keywords real quick, and we'll see how fast. It definitely comes up with hundreds of keywords, usually between 200 and 300 keywords so far in 3 tests. it's going to find all these different keywords. I do like that it's finding some different, like, Snake.io, Google Play. I don't know what that is, but I think that's a video game. So that's kind of a little bit interesting that it pulled that. Sora app, it's coming up. Now, a lot of these keywords right here, I'm glad that I did this one. Now, you do have this no-code app builder and the search volume and stuff like that, which is great. But a lot of these don't really have to do with that keyword. We need a little bit more control, in my opinion, about the types of keywords that are going to be pulled for no-code app builder. It should be more focused on like the generation, vibe coding, no-code builder tools, best AI no-code builder tools, things like that. So there are a lot of keywords in here that just don't make sense, like Walgreens app and stuff like that. That just makes no sense for this keyword right here. So kind of not really a bug, but definitely need some improvement from this standpoint right over here to bring in better keywords, more related keywords. I'm going to do one more right over here, how to make an app with AI. This is a very specific long tail keyword, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keywords right there. And I've already tested this. I got this from like vidIQ. So it is a keyword that people are searching for, how to make an app with AI. In this case, it found 145 keywords because it's very specific. And now we can go look at this conversational AI apps. That's just kind of random, right? It doesn't really fit inside of this keyword right over here. I don't know why or how they're getting the keywords. There might be something more to it that I don't know of, right? Maybe they're just trying to find good opportunities for your website to rank. I'm not really sure, like, is this hooked to our site trying to find keywords for our website? Not sure, where we would go and control what site we're researching keywords for. But these are the keywords that, AI editing app right there, but how to make an app with AI. So overall, I think it's a good addition. It does some keyword research for us. It does have the AI enriched, so it's going to find 5 questions for you. Then you can immediately generate the article from there. So I think that this is a good addition. I do think that there's some things, maybe filtering options. The KD does need fixed. The keyword difficulty, that's not working. Longer tail keywords, more specific tailored keywords to the actual topic. What I want to do is come back over here to the library, right? So now we have all those 4 searches. That's cool. And anytime you're done with those keywords, you can click on the delete button. You can load, you can go with AI questions. But what I want to go and look at is the one that we just wrote an article for. So it was an editing. So I want to come back in here to that, go to library, and it was the video editing right here. So we did create an article, right? And so does it automatically, so I want to go and load this. When we go to keyword research, right? And did we do AI powered video editing tools? I think we might have wrote on that one and pushed the generate button. But I'm going to come down here, and something that they definitely need to add is a tracking ability, right? So if you have all these keywords in here, I'm not seeing that they keep track of that. If I come in here and randomly select one of these and push generate, we need to be able to, it needs to indicate to us that the next time we come back into our keyword research, it needs to have a check mark that you've already written content on this topic. We've already pushed the generate button is essentially what we need to be able to do. Because otherwise, after, when you come back in here, you don't know if you wrote an article on this topic or not. And we have this slide bar right here, which is just kind of interesting. They may as well just make the box layout a little bit more. I'm on a standard 23-inch monitor, so it should be able to show the whole thing on a standard monitor. But yeah, certainly I would say that they need to do some type of thing that keeps track of, if we created an article, it needs to be highlighted in green, the whole line or something like that, to indicate that, yeah, you've pushed that generate button. You have done something with that keyword. You've used that keyword. So all in all, I think it's it's a great addition to an AI writing tool. Now, they didn't create the WordRocket. It wasn't created for keyword research. It's not going to be the best keyword research tool in the world. It's not going to be Ahrefs or SEMrush or anything like that. But I do think that they can make it a little bit better. And then it's just certainly just adds even more value to the tool. This was the keyword tool. What do you guys think below? Type in keyword research hub from WordRocket below if you watch the entire video. The link will be below if you have not jumped on and picked up WordRocket. This has quickly moved into my top 5 of AI writing tools because the content ranks, the content is really solid, and it's a lifetime deal. tool, and that we know, Avi and his team of developers are going to continue to make this tool one of the best AI writing tools that I've seen. So thanks so much. Link below. I will see you in the next video.